you're watching AWANI with me, Nina Rosman, and today I'm very honoured and privileged to welcome you, our distinguished guest and leader, the President and Group CEO of SIRIM, Datuk Indera. I want to say thank you very much for joining me. Firstly, we know that the history of SIRIM has very impactful and milestone, as we can see from here, and probably we can share with us the pivotal role SIRIM has played over almost 50 years. Maybe to kickstart, can share with us.
Right. As you know, SIRIM next year will be our 50 years of anniversary, and the last 50 years has been so impactful. And I must congratulate all the personnel at SIRIM, leadership at SIRIM, for the stellar performance in making sure what SIRIM has achieved until today. And SIRIM is no longer a small company; it is a big corporation today, and we have presence internationally. And we have done so much more in terms of different aspects of mandate that was given to us in terms of commercialization, statutory development, as well as R&D. So these are the three functions that I just mentioned. Actually, is an A to Z of industries. So industries requires all these functions for them to work and operate their businesses, so they can export products overseas. And those days when we were manufacturing small SMEs, and industry do not really utilize the services. But today, if they are looking for export products, export market, they must use SIRIM services. And this is where SIRIM is an important element within the ecosystems. And another important parameters is that we provide the standard certifications. We make sure that all industries comply to what is required internationally. And at the pivotal role of all of this is the safety for the customers. And we do not compromise or sacrifice the safety requirements. And we want to make sure that whatever that we have deliberated, whatever we have discussed in terms of standard, the safety of the consumer comes first. And last many years, or last 50 years, there is so much that has been developed. And I have said this is SIRIM 3.0 as we are moving towards 2025 and beyond. And when we were first incorporated in the year 1975, we were still the merger of two organizations then, SIR and SIM. And these are the ones that make SIRIM as the starting point of SIRIM, putting all the standard and requirement. And those days it was about putting up the standard, putting up the right measurement, testing procedures for the industries. And those days, Malaysia is not so much an industry players. We were very much an agriculture-based countries. But in 1975, when we were corporatized, the government intensified the industrialization of the countries. There are many blueprints in terms of IMP, Industry Master Plan, and today we are guided by the launch of the new Industry Master Plan 2030. So moving forward for 2025 and next many years from today, we are going to be making sure that the countries is going to be achieving its high income status nation by 2030. The industries will be utilizing as much as possible the new technological development and we want to see that industries embrace AI to the fullest, to the benefits of industries, and to make sure that we are part of the global players in terms of industries. So we are very excited to see what was done 50 years ago, and we take that lesson learned from the 50 years that we have learned, and from a small little personnel within SIRIM, we are now 2,000 plus strong personnel within SIRIM. These are all experts in their own areas, and some of them are thought leaders internationally as well. And we want to make sure to celebrate all this achievement next many years to come.
Across this achievement expansion, it's definitely not easy for SIRIM, especially to play a very important role to boost advanced technology and innovation and ensuring high standards across various sectors. And also thank you, Datuk, for sharing us the journey of how SIRIM was inspired and what are the primary mission are today. Probably you can share with us along the journey, what are some of the most favorite or standout breakthroughs that you're most proud of, Datuk? Maybe you can share with the viewers.
Right, for the last 50 years, I think one of the significant breakthrough perhaps is the creation of our first MS standard, Malaysia Standard number 1, which was created in 1975. And that was the introduction of our safety helmet standards. And before those days, Malaysians are riding their motorbikes without helmets, and the governments come up with that requirements to put on helmets. And SIRIM was tasked to develop the standards, and then we do the testing until today. The testing of all helmets that is being used by consumers and by motorcycles, that the helmet has to be tested and certified by SIRIM. And we take pride of that MS number 1. And over the last many years or so, we have not just impacted on testing and certification, but we have also done a lot of R&Ds. And one of the R&D that we have impacted recently, which we are very proud of, is to be able to impact the communities in Sembangkat Island of Sabah, where we convert, this is the off-grid island of Sempurna, and they do not have fresh water or electricity. So what we have done, we have converted, what we done is the freshwater desalination systems. We convert seawater into fresh water using solar energy, and we power up the entire island using solar energy as well. So now if you go to Sembangkat Island of Sempurna, the people there can enjoy fresh water in their remote island, which is being shared to other little island as well, and they can also have electricity throughout the days and throughout the evenings. And the next thing that we want to do is to put up a simple refrigeration systems, a fridge and freezers, so whenever they go out to catch fish, they can store it before they can sell it next few days. So we have also impacted the communities, we have also impacted the industries and the government as well. So these are the 3 pillars that we are proud of. And maybe one thing that is our highlight also, we impacted one of the rural communities, remote communities in Batang Air, Sarawak. They are so remote in Sarawak that there's no electricity, there's no communication whatsoever. So what we did for them, we created a simple mini hydro systems that generate electricity until today. It has been operated, still in operation last 15 years without failures. And these are the things that we take pride that we impact the communities as well. And SIRIM is always associated with industries. And whatever that we do here, we take pride. Every single little thing that we do is the pride of SIRIM. And there are so many things that we have impacted, and I do not do justice for not mentioning all of them. But then again, there are just thousands of inventions that was done. And for us, even though the main drivers will be for industries, but the spin-off is always for the communities, and this is where the government will enjoy the benefits at large. And if we can see the rakyat is having better lives, the industry is having better profits at the end of the day, the government is having a better ecosystem, getting better red tax from the industries. So we have a very favorable ecosystem that works that helps everybody to move forward. And we are very excited to see how can we help the governments, the industries and the communities moving forward next 50 years to come.
This is a very impactful milestones we can see from the segment of the government, industries players and even the rakyat itself. What are some of the projects that SIRIM are currently or focused on?
The next 50 years will be what is the game changers from mechanical centric, machine centric project that we have done last 50 years. Is going to be much more on more of AI driven, more IoT driven, and what is called Smart Factory Transformation Program. This is a program to be launched by Yang Berhormat Mulia Ministers of Ministry early next year, and this is where we wanted to see how can we transform the industries from the traditional way of doing things into using automation, using AI in their processes. And we are targeting these 3,000 companies to be implemented, and this is part of the narrative within the new industrial master plan. And can you imagine if we can impact 3,000 companies next year or next few years to come, the impact to the GDP of the countries will be changed. And this is the game changer for automation. This is the game changer for industries to make more money, so they can give more tax back to the government, and they can employ high-skilled personnel, which will then be paying better salaries to the engineers and technicians as well.
How are the situation right now with SIRIM working or collaborate with industry's players, partnerships to boost innovation and technology?
In fact, you can see our collaboration with industries is symbiosis collaboration. We exist because of industries, and we always say to industries that we want to enable industries using our technology. So we want them to as much as possible use our technologies to ease their processes, to make sure that they follow and comply the international requirements. And there are many processes that was done traditionally, and if we can automate them, we want to automate them, and we want to try to blend in between the old traditional way of doing things and the new way of doing things as well. And so this is where Malaysia stand the position of fusion between the old and new technology interventions. And SIRIM will want to play that important role within the industries. Can you imagine most of this thing having the new design using AI and robots, but still having the old cultural mindset? So this will be a new paradigm shift for many industries, using the old technologies and blend in with the new intervention by SIRIM and come up with new products. And so we are hoping to come up, and I've said to the team that SIRIM is not to play in a small program like we do impact SMEs, micro SMEs, but we want to be able to impact the bigger mid-tier SMEs. So these are the ones that will impact the economics of the nations. We understand SMEs plays a very important role for the economy. There are the fundamental of economy based on SMEs in Malaysia, and it's not so much of FDI. FDI comes and go, but SME remain in the countries. So our focus on SMEs to make sure that they survive, they sustain, and more importantly, they can export products overseas. And we are no longer just a country that is importing, but we want to make sure that whatever that is being exported comply with international regulation. That's part of our role.
What are some of the challenges integrating with old and new technology, considering the facts about different industry have different mindset and approach?
The main challenges that we face over the last many years is always the capex that is involved, and industries are reluctant to put in additional capex to make changes. They are very complacent. They are very happy to do whatever that millions ringgit that they have been doing every year, and they say, why should they change? And to us, if they don't change, they'll become dinosaur. And you want people to influence them to change, and we have to show them the data that if we change, then you can grow bigger. But luckily, we have many new, younger leaders now that is more adaptable to changes. And unlike the old one that is still reluctant, they like to keep the money in the bank, but the younger one like to invest more money so they want to grow. And now they see their businesses not just in Malaysia, they see their business is in the region and globally as well. So the young Malaysian leaders are not thinking about going abroad, which is good. And Malaysia cannot be looking at Malaysia as a marketplace, but we must look at ourselves being part of the global marketplace in the world. So there's huge potential. The very least that we said to industries, look at ASEAN as your marketplace. ASEAN is 600 million population. That's a huge marketplace compared to 34 million population in Malaysia alone. So if you can capture that market in ASEAN, that's a big market for you to explore in the future. And not forgetting the two, what I call the elephant and the dragon of the economies, the China and India. This is a billion population that we must never ignore. And we must be able to leverage on our Malaysian expertise because such diverse countries, we have Malay, Chinese and Indian. And if we can tap our brothers from our Chinese brothers and Indian to go to China and India, so we can tap the entire world. And Malaysia is really truly the hub of economic development, and SIRIM will want to play that technological development for industries.
And what kind of approach that Malaysia can adapt locally? Probably what can we learn from other neighboring countries or regional countries to position Malaysia as key leaders in boosting technology and even quality standards and even innovation? Right.
We cannot be doing something out of the air of just our own imagination. we have to benchmark with some world standards, world players that has done this one for many years, and then try to adopt this one to make it Malaysian, more Malaysians. And last many years we have been benchmarking ourselves. We have been learning from an organization in Germany, which is called Fraunhofer Institutes. They are very much like SIRIM as well, but they operated in more developed nation, and they have been exporting their knowledge and expertise all over the world. And SIRIM has been leveraging on their ecosystem for the last almost 10 years now. And what we call SIRIM Fraunhofer programs, which has been successful. We have trained more than 2,500 companies last many years. And we want to benchmark ourselves, be the best. To be the best, you must be, and Germany, we all know, has been one of the most advanced industry leaders for last many years. And they have been moving forward from, like I said, again, like SIRIM so many years ago, mechanical centric, to now AI, embracing the new technology as well. And in fact, the most exciting thing, but when we went there last year, it's not just AI, they are going to quantum computing. That's something that has been not even been discussed yet. So can you imagine moving from mechanical AI to quantum computing? Can you imagine what happens in the next many years in terms of industries? Things will change. Maybe when we are doing these interviews in the next many years, it will be metaverse interviews. So things, and many CEOs now are saying that they don't employ human, they are using AIs to do most of their works now. Human will be redeployed to do something else. It's not that they're taking our jobs, but will be redeployed to do something else. So are we going to be in competition with robots, AI? Are we going to be a better master than the other slaves? That's something that we have to decide on our own.
Before I ask you what's your hope and dream in the next Heaven Metaverse, probably in the next few years, probably you can share with us right now your hope in the future, probably in pushing all sectors in boosting or embracing technology and digital.
Our hope is actually to see Malaysian companies adopting technologies, and there's no two way about it. Malaysian industries, whether they are small or they are big, industries, technology must be part of their ecosystem. They must embrace it, they must use it, they must believe in it. And we don't want them to be part of just what is called as jago kampung, the champion within the village, but we want them to go regionally, we want them to go globally as well. And for SIRIM, we do not want to become just Malaysian organization that helps industries in Malaysia, but we want to become the champion globally as well. We have benchmarked ourselves to be top 5 within the region, and perhaps the top 10 within globally as well. That we can put ourselves in the global market. We are not just assisting Malaysian industries globally, but we want to match Malaysian industries and foreign industries internationally. So Malaysia will work in collaboration and with partnership to make sure that we are creating a better future for our generations to come.
And again, I would say thank you very much. Definitely we hope for bigger and better for years to come. And this is the vision, achievement, and even the future plans of SIRIM. Again, I would say thank you very much to Datuk Indra.
Thank you so much.
And definitely all of our discussion here will be featured in astro.com and across all social media platforms.